Gemini, welcome to Ivy Spiritual Messages and Tarot and to your April 2020 reading. Gemini, you can now follow me on Facebook and I will leave the link in the description box below. If you're new to the channel and if this message resonates with you, please consider supporting the channel by clicking like, subscribe, share, comment below and hit the notification bell so you will be notified whenever I'm going live next or whenever I upload a new videos. If this message doesn't resonate, please check your moon, your rising and your Venus sign, as this is a collective energy reading. It may or may not resonate with every single Gemini out there. So Gemini, let's get into your April 2020 reading. The overall energy that I've got for you Gemini here is being represented by the Three of Cups, which is indicating that this card is indicating that you could be find yourself in the midst of a third party situation. Now this third party situation doesn't really have to be in love or you or your person cheating on someone else. This could actually be a family issues or work issue which just taking up your focus more into that and being you unable to focus on something else in your life. So I do feel like in the past or in the recent past coming up into this April 2020 reading, the overall energy surrounding you Gemini in this April 2020 month is actually a third party. Like lots of third party energy, third party situation here. Your current energy or your current self for April 2020 here being represented by the Seven of Cups, which is indicating someone being preoccupied with so many things in their mind. This is also indicating that someone who has so many choices or so many options that just leaving them in a confused stage because they're not sure what to do or where to start from or what to pick or what to decide. So I do feel like at this point of time April 2020 is you will be surrounding with lots of choices and options around you Gemini. The next card Gemini I've got for you as the overall theme of the month is being represented by the Emperor in reverse. So this is indicating that you might be finding yourself in a position where your boundaries are being pushed or this is also could represent that where you are being in a situation where you just notice or you just find yourself in the midst of power abuse. This also can be indicated like someone who just misuse their authority and just be pushing you. This is also indicating that this month you need to be assertive, you need to insert your power. So for you to be respected, for you to not to be pushed, for your boundaries to be respected and not to be pushed, and for you to be respected in a way and not being abused by anyone in their power. This is indicating that you need to be assertive and need to understand and need to know when you have to say no for certain things that you've been pushed towards you. So this is the overall theme here for this month Gemini, is for you to actually understand your power and standing in your power and to know when you need to say no or when you need to say enough is enough. The next card here for April 2020 is your key goal for this month is being represented by Justice. So I do feel like what you need to what is the goal for you for this month is actually to get this justice for yourself. So this could indicate that you could be dealing with a legal situation or legal issue, which could indicate that the end result is everything moving up into your direction. If not, this is also could indicate that karmic justice being served in your place. Again, with this Emperor in reverse, I do feel that for you to get your justice, you need to be assertive. You need to be standing up for yourself first before you get justice or before you get the respect that you deserve here. The next card that you get for April 2020 is the obstacle to overcome and is being represented by 10 of Wands. So I do feel like one thing you need to overcome or one thing that serves as an obstacle in this month in April 2020 for you Gemini is that you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling overburdened. So you might be thinking that So people might be thinking for you that because you keep just ignoring and you just keep letting them being pushy to you, being disrespectful to you, at the end of the time it doesn't make them feel bad, or they don't know that they have been doing such a wrong things to you, but instead you've been feeling this overwhelmed, feeling this overburden, where you just want to want to give up and throw up everything. So again, this whole standing up for yourself is coming up strongly this month for you, Gemini. And I do feel like the reason why you cannot do that, it could be because of past trauma that you're just being used to being deal with this, either because of your family, your significant other, or your friends or your family. Again, I do feel like you've been used to being treated this way, and you just used to this feeling of overwhelm and burden that you're just not sure whether this is what you're supposed to do or not. The next card for you, Gemini, here is the major accomplishment in the month of April 2020, being represented by the Third card, which is indicating that the old belief has died and a new transformation has bloomed out. So I do feel like, again, once you being assertive, once you take stand for yourself, I do feel like the old you, the one that just being okay, being disrespectful, being like, if you're being okay with being disrespected and you're just feeling sad or overwhelmed in the past, I do feel like all these insecurities, all this anxious, all this worry will die, and a transformation will happen, which will bring your life moving in a much more positive way. What you need to avoid for April 2020 here is 5 of Cups, which is indicating being regretful. Again, I do feel like you're already being used to be treated like just not being respectful, like just not being respected enough, or just being abused, or just being in a situation where there are lots of abusive power there. And what you need to avoid, again, the obstacle that you need to overcome is that feeling burden or feeling bad for yourself when you're standing up for yourself. You don't have to feel bad for you when you're standing up for yourself. It's the greatest gift that you can give to yourself. And what you need to avoid is that feeling sad or feeling regretful. Again, I do feel like this could be a situation where you just been used to finding yourself at, and for you to take a stand for yourself is just making you feeling bad, feeling regretful, as if you're doing something wrong. So I do feel like that thought is what you need to avoid in this April 2020. And what you need to embrace, Libra, is the strength. Again, I do feel like you need to embrace your inner strength, or even going to the divine, going to the universe, relying to the God, relying to the angels, spirit God, the universe, whoever you are believing for the inner strength, for the divine strength, for you to speak up for yourself. So I do feel like you are a strong person. You have this inner strength within you that you have just been hiding. You've just been putting it down, like you're just ignoring your strength and just being okay with, and just being accepted with however you are being treated. The next card here is, I've got where to find support. I've got the Four of Swords here being clarified by the Ace of Cups. So I do feel like this is time for you to rest, to put out all this negative thought, all this self-pity, all this insecurity, all this worry, to just putting up to rest and go within yourself, finding this inner love that you have for yourself. Again, you can only stand up. People can only respect you. People can only respect your boundaries when you tell them that this is me, this is my boundary, do not overstep it. And for you, to order to be able to speak up for that, you need to have this self-love within yourself. So I do feel like you need to find support. You need to understand that your self-love is what matters. And once you start loving yourself, once you start respecting yourself, then only others will actually be respectful towards you, Gemini. Your advice and encouragement here is being represented by the Nine of Wands and the Six of Swords. So I do feel that Nine of Wands here is indicating that things are going to take much better situation than you had initially hoped for. And the Six of Swords here is indicating moving into much more calmer water. So I do feel like your advice here is to actually do not feel sad, or do not feel sorry for actually standing up for yourself, but instead go for it. Rely to the divine strength, rely to your inner strength, and actually just speak up for yourself. Once you speak up for yourself, then you will notice things are actually going to move forward in a much more better direction that you had initially hoped for. So that's it for your April 2020 reading, Gemini. I've pulled some extra card regarding your health, love, creativity, finances, and career, which we are going to look at now. Your health here, Gemini, is being represented by the Ten of Cups here, which is indicating that first, that if you are been battling with some kind of disease or some kind of an issue in your health, this is indicating that it's actually going forward into much more positive way, and you are no longer going to have that issues that you have been having. And this card is also indicating if you've been trying to work out or trying a new workout routine, a diet regimen, I do feel like it will benefit your health in a much more positive way here. For your love and relationship, Gemini, for this April 2020, I've got the Tower card here, which is indicating that could be a crisis. Again, I do feel like with the overall April 2020 reading, maybe this is where you need to be assertive. Maybe this is where you need to respect your boundary and just speak up for that. And the result of you speaking up for your boundaries or for you to be assertive could be resulting in a crisis in your love life or in a relationship. But again, you're not supposed to be where you are not respected. Like, you deserve more. And basically this is just indicating that if the result of you speaking up is resulting in a tower moment, in a crisis in your love and relationship, always choose yourself before anyone else. The next card here I've got is for your creativity, being represented by the Ten of Wands. Again, I do feel that this month, April 2020, for you is in your creativity, you're going to rest out all the burdens that you've been feeling, and as a result of resting up all the burdens, the end of you being overwhelmed and overburdened, I do feel like you will get lots of new ideas, lots of creative ideas from there. Your finances, Gemini, is being represented by the Nine of Swords, which is indicating you might be having anxiety, you might be having trouble sleeping or worrying regarding your finances, which I do feel like this is not something a major thing, because I do feel like this is just you being overthinking, that this is just you being worried, you're just being scared of how your finances will turn out in this April 2020 month, which could be as a result of the lockdown or working from home or just a temporary unemployment. But I do feel like overall I'm not seeing any significant damage or significant bad thing that will happen in your finances, but this is just you being worried about your finances in this month. Your career is being represented by the Emperor, which is indicating that you could be getting a job promotion, or this could actually indicating that you could be getting the incentive that you have been deserving for all your performance in your career. Your channel message here is childhood trauma. So I do feel that there could be some childhood trauma that you've been having since kids. This could actually coming out from your childhood friends or your family. Again, I do feel like maybe something had happened in your childhood that just makes you think that it's okay for you to be disrespected. Maybe you've been in this situation, in this family, in this situation where you've been seeing lots of disrespectful energy, where you've been seeing lots of abusive energy, and that thought is making you think that it should be okay for you to just be disrespected, and it's not okay for you to speak up for yourself. Your guidance message here, Gemini, I've got the first card here is you are the master of your happiness. This is indicating that you can be your happiness actually goes back to yourself. Again, I do feel like the self-love message here and just speaking up for yourself is really strong here in this month, Gemini. So I do feel like for you to be able to be happy within, to be able to get happiness in your life, you need to practice self-love, self-care, and just standing up for your belief and for yourself here. The next card that I've got here, emotion, is a powerful weapon. You need to know how to yield that weapon. So I do feel like you might be keeping up all this disrespectful energy, this abusive energy within yourself, that you're just okay with that. And it's not true. That you need to speak up for yourself, and you need to address all this emotion, be it negative or positive, in a good way. The next card I've got for you, Gemini, here is solar plexus chakra, which is indicating that you need to pay attention more to your solar plexus, which is around your stomach area here. If you would like to do meditation, you can focus on solar plexus meditation. This is also indicating that watch what you eat, your digestive system. If you've been eating lots of junk food, try to avoid it or try to cut it altogether. The last message that I've got for you, Gemini, for April 2020 is grounded. So I do feel like this month is a month where you need to feel grounded, where you need just to focus all your energy within yourself, to ground yourself, to understand which emotions that coming from you and which emotion doesn't come from you, and you need to know how to handle all of those emotions. So that's it for your April 2020 reading, Gemini. I hope it resonates. If it does, please don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, share, comment below, so I will know what your thoughts about this reading, and I will see you later in the next video. Bye bye.